imagine something. Imagine that you're pregnant for the first time. You're expecting your first baby. And think about how proud and how hopeful for the future you feel. And there are things that you can take for granted. You've got a strong and loving bond with your partner. You can count on the support and the wisdom of your own parents. And you can count on your own emotional strengths and resources. Well, now, imagine that you're carrying not only a baby, but also a legacy. A legacy of generations of trauma and neglect, the loss of family ties, and the loss of culture. Imagine being pregnant and knowing that your baby is 3 times more likely to die than other babies. Or imagine that your baby would be 12 times more likely to be taken into care than other babies. This is the situation for the more than 40 young Aboriginal mothers that we have coming to our centre. The work of Mubali and Gunawirra together counters these terrible statistics. They counter the loss and the tragedy of a situation where our oldest living culture, our oldest living civilisation, now has the highest suicide level in the world, where babies still to this day are being taken into care as if we haven't learned the mistakes of history.
Is that good? Yeah. Can everyone hear me down there? Yeah. Seems a long way away. We're about contact. We're about a different kind of contact. We're about mothers getting in touch with their own inner self. We're about mothers getting in touch with their own culture. We're about mothers getting in touch with their babies. We're about mothers getting in touch with each other. And we're about mothers getting in touch with each other. What did I say? Did I say that one? I'm getting old. We're about mothers getting in touch with their communities. And all those things we hope through Mubali, through our different activities of this kind, will use what mankind has used since time began, which is a creative means of presenting and having witness to the suffering of the human condition. A story. Can't have a presentation without a story. I'm the therapist. Kate's the manager, therapist, leader of the group. I'm the individual therapist. The mother sits, a baby, moribund virtually, across her knee. She stares. She says nothing for 4 or 5 sessions of 1 hour each session. I sit there thinking, what the are you supposed to do with this? Where can I take it? Kate comes in. Norma, we're very worried. The child nurse comes in. Norma, we're very worried. Norma's very worried. The chart's going down. And one day, by a coincidence that I don't have too much time to explain to you now, this woman lost her way coming to see me. And she was shaking from head to foot, and she started to talk. What? And she told me the story of how she got halfway there and she forgot how to get there. And she was terrified she would never find me again. And then she told me a heartbreaking story. My father nursed me, my mother said, in a rocking chair day after day for the first 6 months of my life. And then he hung himself from that tree out in the garden. And I never found him again. And as she told that story, she started to lift the baby to my unbelieving eyes and wanted on her breast. The baby sucked for the whole session. And I don't have to be sensational about this. It's amazing. Watch the graph. And that is documented. That is how our caring, our mobility, our work presents itself to the most sensitive, the most needy at the earliest time. Kate?
Look, the results of our programs, of the work that we do, really do speak for themselves. None of the children in our program have been taken into care by docs. None of the mothers are using drugs or alcohol. None of them are living in domestic violence. And we can see that the attachments between the mothers and the babies are strong and healthy. The work that Mubali and Gunawirra are doing together are having a big impact on the Aboriginal community in the way that they can provide really safe and protective environments with the care of babies at the very heart of those communities.
We need your help. We're not ashamed to ask for it. I've got the hide of a rhinoceros and people actually get scared when they see me coming. Danny Gilbert of Gilbert and Tobin says, do anything, just keep that woman away from me. And I said, Danny, why? And he said, because you're the one woman in the world I can't say no to. Please don't say no to us. We're desperate. I'll be honest, we're nearly broke. But we struggle on, and last week our beautiful staff said to me, don't worry, we'll never go broke. We'll just work for nothing. $10,000, 3 months. $6,000, $20,000, 6 months. 6 months of weekly intense work. Help us, please.
Thank you, Norma.